Razia Jaleel loved life. Being surrounded by her adoring family meant everything to her.
She was a very strong, loving, very caring woman. She always taught us, me and my siblings, always to think of others. She always had other people's interest at heart.
Dying of COVID-19, gasping for air, isolated and alone, would have destroyed Razia as much as the virus that killed her. Shamsa walked her mother into a waiting ambulance when she fell ill. It would be the last time she saw her mother alive.
Just not being able to go and see her, even if you just go and sit with her, it's a big thing. Just to be able to sit and comfort her. We couldn't do that.
Can anything prepare you for the loss of a loved one?
No, you can't. It's a big hole in your life.
This disease is doubly cruel. It robs you of life and your loved ones of a chance to hold you and say goodbye. You've never been given the opportunity to say goodbye to your mother. That must have been really difficult.
And like my daughter was there, she's upset. I can't hug her, can't comfort her. That was heartbreaking. Yeah.
This family's agony is being repeated in homes right across the country, because Razia is just one of the 10,000 people who have lost their lives to COVID-19. The first recorded virus death was here at the Royal Berkshire Hospital. In a little over 5 short weeks, we have passed a grim milestone. A woman in her 70s died on the 5th of March, a day after being admitted. Within a week, 9 others wouldn't make it out of hospital. A month later, the death toll stood at almost 5,000. And now, less than 40 days after the first coronavirus death on British soil, the figure has reached over 10,000 people. That significance was not lost on the Health Secretary.
We join the list of countries who have seen more than 10,000 deaths related to coronavirus.
While so many families still mourn their loved ones, now may not be the time to ask difficult questions about government strategy, except one. What bereaved families will want to know is if more lives could have been saved.
I think we'll have to look at whether the decisions about at what point we went into lockdown, at what point we moved away from doing the case detection and quarantine of contacts, was that done at exactly the right time? And I say these are always questions that are easy to answer in hindsight. But I think certainly some people in the public health community would say a more aggressive approach to the contact tracing and testing, quarantine of contacts at the beginning, and keeping that up for longer might have made a difference. But I have to say, in the 2009 H1N1 flu pandemic, people criticised the government for the reverse, for hanging on too long to that strategy. You know, so it's not easy.
And that difference might have prevented heartache for families like Razia's. It's really hard for any one of us to truly comprehend the sheer scale of this pandemic, the number of lives lost here in the UK. Try and imagine this stadium on a match day packed with fans, full of energy, noise and life. Now, think of 10,000 empty seats, each one of these representing a life lost, a life taken, or a life cut short. Football grounds will fill up again, and slowly, very slowly, after this pandemic is finally over, our lives will begin to return to normal. But for at least 10,000 families, their lives will never be the same again.